Man, I met Jarren Benton in 2000 when I first moved up here from Albany, Georgia, fresh out of high school. And I met this cat named Devin at Warehouse Music. He had, I guess they were having some kind of conversation about cannabis. And I jumped in on some cocky 18-year-old shit and said, yo, I'm better than cannabis. I spit a verse. He was like, yo, that was dope. You ain't better than cannabis, but come to my studio tonight. So I went to the studio, and I seen this truck outside with it's all red. It had stickers all over it. It was like a dent repairing truck. And I go inside, and there was a truck that Jarren was working. He worked for a dent repairing company, a dent and window repairing company. I go inside, and Jarren's already rapping. And then the first thing he says is, yo, his name was Apocalypse at the time. First thing he says is, yo, fucking with Apocalypse is like pissing in Jesus' face. I'm like, yo, I'm not messing with this cat. I'm not messing with him. I don't know if I like him like that. So, when everything's all said and done, we all leaving. And Jarren's like, yo, man, you dope, man. Let me get your number. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't really want to, you know, but I give it to him, and, you know, we get up, man. He ends up being one of the coolest cats I know. And he was kind of whack around that time. I'm not going to lie. I was whack too, but he was, you know, in my head, I was like, But, you know, years progressed. We became really good friends and shit, man. Like, you know, writing at his grandmother's basement, the very one he has the album about. He would pick me up from work when my car fucked up and blah, blah, blah. And, I remember I hooked him up with this kid named Spitzwell. And Spitzwell is a crazy producer around town. But like his whole camp was like super hip hop backpacked out. And around this time, Jarren was making some ridiculous music. Jarren went through there and he pretty much like changed the whole infrastructure of things. Like they had a whole squad and he changed the whole infrastructure. And that's when I realized Jarren was one of the best rappers that I had ever heard, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff y'all hear now is him only on one thing. But his capability is beyond limitless, man. He's really crazy. A lot of people don't know he's better than me. You know what I'm saying? I always knew he would blow before I would. Pause. Because he's gay as well, so he would also blow before I would. But, yeah, man, that guy, he makes beats. People don't know that. His beats are just as good as Kato or whoever else produces for him. And the whole WRC scenario was, when I met Jarren, his freestyle was crazy. It was better than his written. You know what I'm saying? I never met anybody like that before. So, you know, this whole time in my head, you know, I'm doing freestyle battles, and I still never met anybody that could freestyle as well as Jarren. So, fast forward to 2007, Harry from WRC calls me. He's like, yo, man, everybody's telling me that you're one of the nicest dudes in Atlanta. You got to come out and do this battle for $50,000. I'm like, word? So I ain't never heard of Ilmac at this time, never heard of Thesaurus, so I didn't know how far the format had progressed. From like 2000 to 2005, I was bodying everything, you know what I'm saying? Like freestyling, going everywhere, bodying everything. So everybody they told me that was going to be there for the Atlanta division, I had already beat them before, you know what I'm saying? Or battled them and had close battles, but I never lost to any of them, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, I'm on my cocky shit. Like, yeah, man, let me go to get my man Jarren, man. We gonna go through there and body these niggas, man. The first person they give us is Mad Ills in Parable. And I remember hearing the craziest freestyle I had ever heard in my life being spat at me, chewing my face off, and me thinking, holy crap, what did I just step myself into? You know what I'm saying? So, me and Jarren is up against the wall the entire time. We did so terrible the first round that even when we did win, they made us lose and they voted against us, even when we did win. So out of 10 rounds that day, out of 10 matches, we only won 2. You know what I'm saying? We probably won 5, but we only won 2 because we started off so terrible. And then, fast forward to now, everybody sees my progress in Grind Time, King of the Dot, you know, Don't Flop, I Battle Wherever. And they're like, yo, Ness, yo, like, we always knew you had dope lyrics, but like, you know, you're crazy now. But Jarren, he's on, like, he blowing up. Hobson put him on. We didn't know, you know, like, how'd he go from terrible to being like this right here? And in the whole time, he was never terrible, man. It was just, he's not a battler, you know what I'm saying? Like, he hadn't been in a battle setting before. If you'd have cut those cameras off that day and told him to freestyle, he would have shitted on everybody in the entire room, you know what I'm saying? And I can say that without anybody looking at me crazy now with, you know, people seeing how good he is right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically the story with Jarren Benton, man.